manifestation, then why is any one activity of Krishna consciousness better than another one? Why is any one way of serving Krishna better than another? For example, with chanting of the 16 rounds. Suppose that you have gone 23 hours of the day serving Krishna in one way or another, and in the last hour there's opportunity to finish your round and also opportunity to make a life member. So instead of chanting your 16 rounds,
you cannot create your concoction. You have to abide by the orders of Krishna.
Then why would...
There is no question of why. It is the order of Krishna and is represented. You have to abide by that. You cannot say why. Then you are not fully surrendered. As soon as you say why. Surrender means there is no why. It is ordered, it has to be done. That's all. As soon as there is why, there is no surrender. The basic principle is misguided. We have to follow, and just like we have got tiller. If you say, why this tiller? There is no question of why. Mahajanadena gatasya pantha. We have been instructed by the acharyas. We have to follow that. That is surrender. You cannot say why. Is that clear? As soon as there is why, there is no surrender.
So, sir, there are, like, suppose one is engaged for his livelihood 8 hours or 10 hours for material purposes.
Yeah.
How he links with Krishna during that period?
Well, you can. You have got 24 hours for livelihood. Your livelihood, if also, that also should be for Krishna. Just like Krishna says, Jat karosi. Jat karosi. That means whatever you do, that livelihood is also doing. You do it for Krishna. Livelihood, just like we are also living. We are also eating, you are also eating. So what is the difference? You mold your life in such a way that working for your livelihood would be also Krishna's service.
That should not be forever. That should not be forever.
Yes, Krishna says, Kurushatar madatmana, jat karosi. Whatever you do, the result should be given to me. Do for it. Do for me. Jat karosi, jat juhosi, jat asnasi, jat tapossasi, jat dadasi, jat. So, this requires training, how everything can be molded for Krishna. Therefore, guidance required, bona fide spiritual master required. Under his guidance, one has to do. Adu Budbhasram. In order to execute Krishna consciousness, one has to first of all accept a bona fide spiritual master. Then everything will be done. He is the representative of Krishna. To act under his direction means acting under Krishna. He knows how to utilize your energy for service of Krishna. Adu Gudbhasram Sadharma Prichya Sadhu Marganu Gamanam. Just like Rupa Goswami, he was Prime Minister. He had no information of Krishna, but since he saw, of course Rupa Goswami is eternally Krishna's companion, but superficially he was saying that he was a Prime Minister and he was engaged in Nawab service. But when he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then he decided that I shall retire from the service and act Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. So what did he do? Whatever money he collected by his service, it was huge amount. 50% he immediately spent for Krishna. And 25% he gave to the relatives. And 25% he kept for his emergency expenditure. So, this division, 50% for Krishna means the whole life he acted as a minister, that means he acted for Krishna. because the result is given to Krishna. And Krishna said, Jat karosi kurusya tad madarpanam. Is it clear? But our business is, suppose I am earning for my livelihood. Everyone is working for livelihood, requires only 6 annas per day. But he is earning 6,000 per day. And he says it is my livelihood. Is it not fact? Many big businessmen, they are earning 6,000 per month, per day. But actually for his livelihood he requires 6 annas. Why he is earning 6,000? Then Krishna says, give it to me. Yat karosi kurusya tad madarpanam.
In Adhyaya 2 in Adhyaya 2 in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna place has told that
Mahabale Kadach. So don't take the razor.
Yes, the orders for duty, you must do whatever you are doing.
Yes. So that duty should be performed. Nobody, just like Arjuna. Arjuna did his duty. He was a fighter. But he fought for Krishna. That is his excellence. Is it not?
Yes.
He was a fighter. His duty as a Kshatriya, his duty is to fight. But he fought for Krishna. Similarly, everyone can perform his duty. That is also enjoined in the Srimad. Atapum vijashrestha varnasama vibhava. Varna and ashram. There are different kinds of duties. Atapum vijashrestha varnasama vibhava. Sanuschitasya dharmasya. That everyone has got his particular type of duty, but how he is becoming perfect by performing his duty, that is to be seen whether Krishna is satisfied. Sanuschitasya dharmasya samsiddhi haritosam.
How this can be judged?
That's by through Krishna's representative. He should certify, yes, your duty is nicely performed.
How he himself will judge it? How the sadhak will judge himself that I am doing that?
No, he will not judge. His spiritual master will judge. Krishna's representative. He will not judge. He will make mistakes. Therefore, if one has accepted a bona fide spiritual master, that means he is in direct touch with Krishna. Transparent media. He has to see Krishna through the transparent medium, a spiritual master. Therefore, it is imperative, one has to accept his spirit. Tasmad gurum prapaddeta. Jigyasu seyotam. And what kind of guru? Shabdi parita nishtatam brahmani upasmasam. So this is a big science, one has to study, one has to understand. The things are there is no difficulty.
Yes, you have told about revelation. In Adhyaya 2, Krishna has told that Jasami Lastrani Vijaya, Jirnani
Aparani. Namani Vastrani Aparani.
Vastrani
Ginnati Aparani.
Yes. According to that version, the one is the soul was there, soul was there
Yes.
before birth, and after death soul is there,
Yes.
and again the soul is coming in a new shape. So the soul is going on always,
Yes.
taking one body to another body.
Yes.
Then how the soul will be liberated? How it will be
Liberated means at the present moment, and this material, in this material world, he is accepting material body, and when he is bona fide servant of Krishna, he will be offered a spiritual body, just like a soldier. A person, so long he is not a soldier, he is not awarded the uniform. But as soon as he accepts the service as a soldier, immediately he is given the uniform. So, you are accepting different bodies in the material world, and that is bhutta bhutta praliyate. You are accepting one type of body, it is becoming vanished, again you have to accept another. But as soon as you become perfectly Krishna conscious, takta dehang punar janma naiti. Then, after leaving this body, he does not come to this material world. He is immediately mameti, he transfers. Similarly, he accepts spiritual body. Is it clear or not? You are accepting material body now, birth after birth. Is it not? That is transferring this. Sometimes you are accepting human body, sometimes you are accepting dog's body, sometimes you are accepting king's body, sometimes you are accepting somebody else. Is it not? Is it clear?
Yes, but Krishna has told Arjuna that...
First of all, try to clear this.
One thing...
Now, you are accepting different types of body. Is it not a fact?
Yes.
Yes. Now, when you are Krishna conscious, you haven't got to accept a material body. You go directly to Krishna and accept spiritual body. Then your life is eternal.
Then again, he will not get material.
No. Takta dehang punarjanma naiti. When you are Krishna conscious, there is no more accepting material body. Mameti. And mameti means whoever goes to Krishna, he has as good a body as Krishna. That is one name.
Then what does this mean? Krishna has told Arjuna in the battlefield that, do you think Arjuna, you and I are not there in the past? And you and I will not be...
So Krishna and Arjuna existed, you are existing, you are eternal. You are simply changing body. So Krishna is existing, you are also existing. What is the difficulty to understand this fact? Krishna is existing and you are also existing. You are simply changing body, but Krishna is not changing body. There is a difference.
It will not merge into that light, Krishna's light.
What is that margin? You have got that brain margin.
And soul, just you are told.
Yes, soul is changing body. Why you are talking of margin? You are changing body, you are individual. I am changing body. I may change to a dog's body, you may change to a demigod's body. That is going on according to one's karma, he is changing body. Now, when you are Krishna conscious fully, these change of body will take place also, but that body will be spiritual. So long you get material body, you have to change one after another, one after another, one after another. Just like if you have a cheap thing, it goes wrong, you have to purchase another new thing. But if you purchase a real nice thing, it will go, continue for good. Similarly, so long you are getting this cheap body, material body, you have to change. And as soon as you get the most valuable body, spiritual body, there will no change. Why don't you understand like that? So that you have to get. That is very simple. Krishna says, Janma karma mein dibbam ju janati tattva. One who does not know what is Krishna, he thinks that somebody is greater than Krishna. But anyone who knows Krishna as he is, immediately he gets that permanent body. Simply by knowing Krishna. Janma karma mein dibbam ju janati tattva. Takta dehang punarjanma naiti. Mame. Is it clear? Yes. So you have to do that. You have simply to understand Krishna. the whole problem is solved.
हमारे लिए कृष्ण को समझने में
हाँ।
बहुत सी बातें हैं। जैसे अब कृष्ण को जैसे पर्सनल गॉड कहा गया,
हाँ।
तो जो पर्सनल गॉड है तो फिर भागवत में
तो कृष्ण को समझने के लिए जो कृष्ण को समझता है उससे समझना चाहिए।
जी हाँ
यू कैनॉट कॉन्कॉक्ट।
जी हाँ, तो इसीलिए
कोई चीज भी आप सीखिए, जो जानता है उससे सीखना चाहिए।
जी हाँ, तो आपसे
ये जो बेवकूफ है उससे सीखने से क्या फायदा?
इसीलिए तो आपसे पूछा जा रहा है।
हाँ, तो ये तो मैं बोल भी रहा है,
जी हाँ
जो ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड कृष्णा, and Krishna can be understood simply by devotional service. Krishna said, "Bhaktya माम अभिजानाति." तो भक्ति लाइन को लीजिए, अब कृष्ण का समझ जाइएगा। आप तो भक्ति लाइन लेंगे नहीं तो कृष्ण का कैसे समझेगा?
एक चीज
अब कोई चीज नहीं है, इसको समझिए आगे, इधर उधर का बात नहीं। If you want to understand Krishna, you have to accept his devotional service. You cannot propose any other alternative. It's useless. Don't spoil time. Krishna says, Bhakta mama vijana. And that begins, first of all, surrender to Krishna. Sarvadharman pashto. Whatever nonsense you have known, throw away. Simply surrender to Krishna. That is the beginning of it.
महाराज जी हम लोग शास्त्री में तो एक ही जानते हैं कि किसी मरे भी हैं, जो मरता है उनके प्रति इतनी भक्ति होना
हाँ,
फिर कैसे होगा?
हाँ।
तो बात है, ये बाण लगा
वो मरे है उसके लिए है, जो अभक्त है उसके लिए मरे है, उसको चीट करने के लिए। वो जानता है कृष्ण मरता है तो उसको दिखाता है, देखो हम मर रहा है, जो कि जन्म भर में कभी कृष्ण को समझना चाहिए। इसलिए कृष्ण को तात्विक समझना चाहिए।
लिखा हुआ है ना
लिखा इमाम विवक्षते योगं प्रत्यवान 40 millions of years ago what he did he remembers. Therefore his maran, his janma is different. इसको समझना चाहिए। इसलिए तो कृष्ण कहते हैं जो जानाति तत्व तात्विक समझना चाहिए। कृष्ण मरते हैं तो हमारा ही ऐसे हो गया। He remembers, you do not remember, you somehow, but you do not remember. Why don't you understand the difference between your activities and Krishna's activities? That is what. Why do you think that Krishna is as good as I am? And then he'll be able to understand it. Abhijananti mang mudha. As soon as you think that Krishna is as good as I am, and then you are mudha. Because he has appeared as a human being, therefore he is as good a human being like me. That is the conclusion of the mudha, rascal. Avajananti mang mudha manasentu nimahas. Param bhava avajananti. He does not know what is Krishna. ये सब बात है। कृष्ण को तात्विक समझना चाहिए, और वो तात्विक समझने के लिए भक्ता माम अभिजानाति जावान जस्यामि तत्व। Understand Krishna as he is, then he is allowed to come on, enter. Not before that.
Whatever the arguments are logically, but in India we see that every great saint personality has surrendered to Krishna, even Mahatma Gandhi.
No.
He was also taking Gita.
No, don't say like that.
गीता को लेने से क्या हुआ लेकिन
Surrender of Krishna is different. Then you have to understand what is surrender.
it is very difficult.
Mahatma never surrendered to Krishna. He surrendered to yourself. Therefore you killed him. He surrendered to his countryman and his countryman killed him. He was working for his countryman. That's all. He never worked for Krishna.
Gita was always with him.
But no but, you see from the action.
I also read Gita and what's the difference? And Mahatma Gandhi,
He never surrendered to Krishna. I wrote him later. Mahatma Gandhi have got so much influence, he just preached the gospel of Krishna, Bhagavad Gita. Now we have attained Swaraj. We don't be in politics. But he was still in politics after attainment of Swaraj, and his assistants become disgusted because he was interfering and therefore he was killed. That's the open secret. If you would have surrendered to Krishna, all right, now I have worked for Swaraj, my people have got Swaraj, now let me work for Krishna. He never did that. You cannot say that he surrendered to Krishna. He should have taken immediately sannyas and preached Bhagavad Gita if he was actually surrendered to Krishna. What did he do for Krishna? We have to know from practical point of view. I'll tell you another story about Mahatma Gandhi. My Guru Maharaj invited me in our mosque, Mahatma Gandhi. The Mahatma Gandhi inquired my god brothers who went to invite, what you are doing in your mosque? He said, they replied that we are worshipping Lord Krishna. So he inquired, are you pulling on charkha? They said, no sir. He said, charkha is my God. If there is no charkha, I am not going there. He said like that. Yes, spinning. Because he was spinning daily, just like you were chanting 16 down, you were spinning 16 down. And he said frankly, are you spinning charkha? They said, no sir. Oh, then I am not going there. My God is charkha. That is practical. We have got experience. And actually you are refusing. Just like we are insisting, you must chant Hare Krishna mantra 16 down. There were so many charkhas daily selling. People took it very seriously. We also took charkha and that, what is called? Handloom. And there was very good business. And so many charkhas and that handloom was sold in the shops because everyone was purchasing and purchasing. And they were stacked and thrown away some time after. So, because Mahatma Gandhi asked, everyone did. You see? So he also asked our mosque people that, are you spinning a charkha? They said, no sir. Then I am not going. He refused the invitation. Right? Does it mean he surrendered to Krishna? He surrendered to charkha. That's all. And if you say charkha is also Krishna, then is no more argument.
महाराज जी अवतार जो है तो क्या डिस्टेंस होता है?
अवतार मीन्स अवतरण. जैसे ऊपर से कोई आता है, अवतरण, ऊपर से आते हैं. अवतार का अर्थ ही होता है जो ऊपर से आते हैं. डिसेंट का मतलब ये होता है जो आते हैं. What is the meaning of descent? What is the meaning of descent? Coming down. Coming down. Yes.
In the sense of quality or in the sense of form?
The sense of form. Because your brain is congested with impersonality. You cannot understand what is spiritual form. That is a defect.
That is the truth.
Yeah. इसलिए तो कृष्ण कहते सर्वधर्मान परित्यज. वो जितना आप सीखे उसको सब त्याग करने पड़ेंगे, तब सरेंडर होगा. All hodgepodge things should be.
Difficult job.
Yes. Therefore, Yeah. Yeah. अब कृष्ण का बात का ऊपर अगर निर्भर करेंगे तो डिफिकल्ट नहीं है। कृष्ण जब बोल है ऐसा छोड़ो तो छोड़ दो। What is this intellect? This is ignorance. This is not intellect. It is ignorance. You are accepting something wrong. That is ignorance. Ignorance is jnanavan. Bhaunam janmanamante jnanavan mang prabhaddhate. That is knowledge. And this is ignorance. He does not know Krishna. And one who does not know Krishna, he has no value of his knowledge. Bhagavad says, Nati vidu shata gatingi Vishnu. Knowledge, what is the target of knowledge? To go up to Vishnu, to understand. Tad Vishnam paramam padam sada pashyanti shura. Those who are actually intelligent, they are simply observing the Vishnu point. This is Vedic mantra. So unless you reach to that point, your knowledge has no value. It is ignorance. Naham prakasa sarvastra, sarvasya, yogamaya samamrita. So long you do not understand Krishna, that means your knowledge is covered, still. Jitham antagatam papam, jananam purna karma, te dannamahani mukta bhajante mam viram. Ignorance means papa. Through ignorance one commits sin. Just like a man kills somebody in ignorance, that he will be killed also. He does not know. There is somebody, people are killing animals. They do not know that the animal will also kill him. And that is ignorance. Just like here the law is life for life. If you take one life, then you have to give your life. State law, is it not? If you kill somebody, then you will be killed also. So why not God's law like that? But they are ignorant, they are killing animals. That is ignorance. Killing means sin. Why they are committing this sin? Ignorance. He does not know the law that he will also kill. Karma bandhana. Jadyartha karma natra karma bandhana. He will be bound up by his action. And he does not know. That is ignorance. So this whole world is, this material world is full of ignorance. That which is called tamasi. Tamasi ma jyotir gama. That ignorance is, dissipated simply by Krishna consciousness. There is no other method. Cheta darpana marjana. Simply by Krishna consciousness, that ignorance can be dissipated. Otherwise not possible. Krishna therefore says, Samahatma Sudullam, completely eradicated from the platform of ignorance, is very rarely to be found. Samahatma Sudullam. There may be so many Mahatmas, but such Mahatma who has fully surrendered to Krishna is very rare. Therefore, one who has surrendered to Krishna, he is perfect Mahatma. He is perfect yogi.
Sure, suppose the one who is not completely surrendered, how will he make choices? For example, suppose that there seem to be two different ways of serving Krishna.
He should consult his spiritual master.
Oh, suppose, for example, questions are arising in my mind, and I think to myself, oh, this question is a foolish question, so I shouldn't waste the spiritual master's time. So But on the other hand, that thought...
No, don't speculate. You should immediately refer the matter to a spiritual master.
Then I would be asking you questions all day long, and you'd have no time to do anything else.
No. You are welcome. You are welcome.
So, then how do you, suppose, for example, last night, I was chanting, and then I thought to myself, oh, I'm not concentrating on the chanting anymore, now I should go to sleep. Then how,
Therefore you are prescribed rules for chanting. You must finish 16 rounds, then go to sleep, whole day sleep. You finish that 16 rounds and sleep whole day. I have no objection. There is no then. Don't talk nonsense. If you are so much addicted to sleeping, you simply chant 16 rounds and whole day sleep, but don't take food also. Don't get up taking prasadam. Now I have to honor prasadam. Let me sumptuously then again sleep.
Is there some order of priority in service then? I mean, 16 rounds are more important than anything else, and then following that there's something else.
That's all right. If you cannot do anything else, you simply chant 16 rounds, take prasadam and sleep. It is special priority for you. There is no then. This is order for you.
In a situation where there's a choice between, say, chanting and reading, is chanting a better activity than reading?
Yes, chanting and reading is the same thing.
But is one better than the other?
No better. That I explained. That is absolute. Either you chant or read the same thing. But you have to fulfill the 16 rounds. That's it. All right.